Hello, my name is Edward Brown of the Core Edge Image and Charisma Institute. Today I want to talk about why charismatic leaders hate micromanagers. Why charismatic leaders hate and abhor micromanagers. And I believe that sometimes you may be faced as a charismatic personality or charismatic leader, challenges in an organization when someone is just hovering over you, always had some comment, some more information that you don't need, or something that's not really effective for how you operate. And I believe that if you are dealing with that, there's a few things you might want to look at. First, I want to talk about why charismatic leaders hate micromanagers. Well, and hate is a strong term. Strongly dislike is one of them. Because if I'm a charismatic leader, basically, not only do I know my job, I've looked at the 5, 10, 15, 20-year plan of where this organization could go based on the market analysis I've already done on my own. And so most people in managerial roles don't really have the tenacity or wherewithal to go beyond just maintaining what has been already in place for the longest. They're not looking at innovation. They're looking forward to what's going on in the industry within the next 5, 10, 15 years. The charismatic leader, charismatic personality is looking for opportunities. That's why he or she is always ahead of the curve as it relates to how and what this organization is doing currently. And so they don't like people hovering over them because they don't need it. And a good manager, for the most part, when they've identified a charismatic leader in their organization, a charismatic personality, they say, you know what, I don't have to do a whole lot of hand-holding with Ed. He knows what he needs to do. His performance reviews are always great. He's the first one to come up with proposals about some threats he sees inside this industry that we need to be looking forward to in the next 5, 10, 15 years. So to micromanage that person, matter of fact, you need to get that person a raise and a promotion, because that person is going to be there as long as you allow them to be who they are and allow them to have challenges inside the organization that's going to be beneficial for the organization, but also for the individual as it relates to finding opportunities. And so that's why a micromanager doesn't get along with a charismatic leader necessarily. But if you find yourself in that situation, you have to ask yourself a few things. One, am I still happy inside this organization to the point where I can stave off this micromanager? And I think that your choices in life will determine what you can do in that instance if you're unhappy. Because people who make choices contrary to their long-term best interest oftentimes can't do anything or go away or move to a different opportunity as quickly as they would like, particularly if it takes a long time, because of the choices prior to this situation coming about. In other words, your lifestyle, your way of thinking, your rationale, all those things have everything to do with the life that you have and the things that you can move on a dime with when things are unpleasant. So make better choices and have a lifestyle that is malleable and mobile enough to change if necessary. Secondly, always be looking for other opportunities, options outside the industry anyway, or at least outside that company within the industry. Because if you're just looking for, 25, 30 years, most people don't think that any longer, but there's a cadre of people who still believe that as long as I do my job and everything is going okay, then it's not going to be a problem. But then you get a new manager, now you say, I don't like it here, what I'm going to do next? Again, it goes back to the first point of you can't go anywhere because you got all these responsibilities at home or overhead that you can't leave when you need to. So be very mindful about keeping options open and keeping your skill sets high and indispensable and marketable on the world stage, so that people will say, you know what, okay, we've been watching you for a while. We think you can do better over anyway. And you can leave at your beck and call. Lastly, if you are opportunistically driven, whereas you are always looking for the best opportunity or the best available thing that suits you financially, emotionally, physically, and anything else that may be a core need of yours, then you're always malleable, you're always ready to move. You're always ready to, even if things are going well in an organization, you all have something to say, to your manager or to the CEO. Listen, I'm happy around here, but I get this opportunity right here. I'd like to know what kind of challenges can you give me in the next 5 to 10, 15 years. What do you see me doing up to this point, moving forward in the organization that's going to be viable for me and the organization? I mean, you can have those kind of conversations when you have options and you know that someone is knocking on your door saying that we have something that you need to look at right now. I believe that the times bring forth these type of ideas and realities that if you're not looking from that vantage point, have that mindset, then you're actually doing yourself a disservice. If you're still thinking the marketplace 25, 30 years ago, how most people were so dedicated and conditioned to be in that organization and never will leave, and you got to almost kick them out before they will leave, and they got to die in that chair. I would say that you still maybe living a time has gone by that will never probably come back again, not in our lifetime. And so you have to be really open-minded about how micromanagers still are honing down and holding people in headlocks to keep them there. But most important, people who are charismatic leaders or charismatically thinking are always on the move and looking for other opportunities. If you want more information on how to be more charismatic, persuasive, and influential, there's a link to a website below that you can sign up and receive updates and information on being more charismatic. And we will continue giving that information, and we ask you to give us some feedback on how things are going as relates to our information being beneficial to you.